Hi guys, and welcome to my channel. Today you'll be learning all about a new species of bird. This species is the Florida scrub jay. It is Florida's only endemic bird, meaning that this bird can only be found in Florida. It is federally classified as a threatened species. This bird only lives within a very specific habitat type, and this habitat type is called scrub. Scrub is mainly found in the higher and drier areas of Florida, meaning down the middle of the state and on some coastal areas. As you can see on this Florida scrub jay range map, the bird has a very limited range. Scrub is a rare habitat type that is currently in danger, making habitat loss the biggest threat to the Florida scrub jay. Fire suppression is one threat to this habitat. Fires are often suppressed for human safety concerns due to proximity of human-inhabited areas to habitat, and lack of regular burns can lead to the oak shrubs that make the scrub habitat what it is, growing too tall to support the scrub jays. The scrub jays depend on shorter shrubs and cannot live in areas where the trees have grown too tall. This is a great example of human actions leading to habitat degradation and, ultimately, loss, as the habitat is no longer able to support the species. Here is another example of scrub habitat, and as mentioned, this unique habitat is threatened by encroaching human development. Development of this habitat is a direct, human-caused habitat loss, and further shrinking and erasure of habitat patches makes it more difficult for the birds to move between patches. Speaking of difficult movement, scrub jay habitat is often located along roads, as this bird was, and these roads contribute to further fragmentation of and isolation of habitat patches. You may be confused. Can't the bird just fly over the road? In fact, scrub jays are known to fly low, making them prone to vehicle strikes. So strong is this effect of vehicle strikes on populations found near roads that these populations often become what is called a sink population, meaning that, in order to continue existing, birds must immigrate to this habitat patch from other areas. The amount of breeding age birds that die can outpace the offspring they produce, so the population cannot grow. Clearly, movement between patches is important, and looking at this map, with current scrub jay ranges in green, we can really just see how difficult it is for the birds to move around to different populations today in comparison to their estimated historic range in gray. The more of these green areas we lose, the harder this becomes for the birds. And with reduced movement between habitat patches, the species faces other dangers. Low movement between patches isolates populations, meaning smaller and smaller groups of birds continue to reproduce with no new genetic input from other areas, reducing genetic diversity. Reduced genetic diversity can lead to inbreeding effects and less resistance to diseases or disturbance events. This compounds with the smaller population size to put them at greater risk of extinction, so the fragmentation must not continue. That concludes today's video. I hope you guys have a better understanding of what this cool bird is and what threats it faces.